friends, thanks so much for joining me here today on YouTube. The Honeybee Stamps team is sharing some inspiration today in the YouTube hop called Rainbow Dreams, and this is part of the Rainbow Dreams release available now at Honeybee Stamps. This is a really fun small release that is definitely rainbow themed, and I'm going to be creating with some of the products here today. I'm going to share the products with you, the main products I'm going to be using, and then I will go ahead and make the card. So this first product I want to show you here is called Rainbow Builder A2 Card Base. And when you die cut out this main die here, it does create for you a shape card base, which is super fun. It also embosses or scores lines on that base to help you build the layers for the front of the card. This die also comes with a sun die, 2 clouds, 2 hearts, and this circle shape. So there's a bunch of different options for layering up and creating some really fun designs with this set. So this is a really cool die set. Also part of the Rainbow Dreams release is this set here, which is called Rainbow Accents. This is obviously large packaging that I can't show you this way and get everything in, so I'm just going to show you on the side. This portion, these top pieces here, are for detail strips on your rainbow, so you cut out the pieces like this to embellish your project. And this next die here is going to allow you to cut out strips of paper. So I cut out a bunch of strips in different colored cardstock to layer underneath these fine die cut pieces for my project. So you can imagine how you can build and mix and match and do some really fun things with this die set. This final die here cuts out, you could use that in a few different ways, but the one thing that it does do is it cuts out some finer strips so that you could layer these in between these wider strips on your rainbow. So you can see that there's finer lines there in between on the die cut piece. So you can just see there's score lines that are smaller or closer together. And these strips here that this die cuts can go into that section. You could use this die in a few ways. Like I said, the open part of it, so when you die cut the strips out, you're left with this, and you could definitely use this on a card front as an opening piece for sure. So if you can imagine your A2 size card base, if you die cut this out sort of in the center, it leaves you sort of like a nice open area. You could do a shaker element behind that. There's so many different ways you could use that. So I love that. That's the same. The same goes for the clouds. You could definitely use the open space or the reverse on the clouds to create some shaker elements and that kind of thing. You could do a peekaboo on your card or lots of different ways to use those dies. So what I'm going to do for my project is I'm going to build some layers on top of this sweet rainbow base. So I'm going to start off here with this pink cardstock. This is really pretty, and I'm going to just dab a little bit of Honeybee liquid glue on here. This is a great way to use up your cardstock scraps, by the way. That's something that I definitely did when I was working on this. I just went into some of my favorite cardstocks, and I try to organize my cardstock in my stash by manufacturer, and I just went in and I just found a bunch of colors that I could work with in scraps to create these different elements for this project. So you can just see how nicely that layers over top of the base, and those score lines or emboss lines, whatever you want to call them, just really allow you to align that. Now, if I wanted to, I could go in and add this strip, but I just cut these in white to show you how this works. I'm just thinking about this. I'm not sure I'm going to use these strips on this particular project. I'm going to set those aside for now and see if I want to add those in. So the next color cardstock I'm going to go with here is kind of a yellowy color. Really pretty, nice and bright. So I'm just going to kind of use a combination of sort of muted and bright colors here for my sweet little rainbow here. And like I said, there's so many ways to use this, and you can give a rainbow card for virtually any occasion. I love working with rainbows. So I'm just going to move that and wiggle that into place as I can with my Honeybee liquid adhesive. It doesn't dry right away. It doesn't grab immediately, so it does give you a little chance to wiggle things around a little bit. Next, I'm going to go in with this green color, which is super pretty, and get this layer down here in the next space. I love this tone of green. I think it's so pretty. Again, you can just pick out your favorite cardstocks. You wouldn't even have to go in rainbow order if you didn't want to. You can customize this to be whatever colors you like. Okay, so there's the green. Next, I've kind of got like a mint color, which is super pretty. And then the layering pieces that I have that are going to go over top of this are actually going to be just like coordinating colors with the base rainbow colors that I've chosen here. So just layering that down, wiggling that into place, and I am going to be putting clouds at the base here so that if I don't get it sort of lined up just perfectly, it's fine. And I really love this teal color, so I'm going to put this last. And I tried to choose colors that would complement my rainbow for sure with the pieces that are going to be layered over top. So just get this last little piece in place here. Just make sure there's no glue that's going to glue my card together here. So now I'm going to go in with these detail pieces here, and I'm going to just go ahead and add just a little bit of adhesive. Doesn't have to be on every section, just sort of like a little dab will do ya. And then we'll add this on the pink. So this is the largest rainbow portion. Okay, so I have all of those little detailed die sections added on now, so you can see that aqua over top of the green and this kind of coral over the yellow, the dark pink over the light pink. And I could, like I said, I could go in and I could add these, or I could have added these in a different color, or you could just layer them in there in white. But I don't mind that it doesn't have anything in between those sections. I think that looks okay. Now I'm going to take my little clouds and I'm going to add those here to the bottom, like so. Now I have these really sweet little stars that I'm going to add on to my project as well. I think these are totally adorable. And there's also little hearts. There's a little heart die, so you could add hearts as well if you wanted. Instead of these would be really cute out of some glitter cardstock as well. So many ways that you could use this for sure. So what I did is I actually stamped out the sentiment rainbow and is my favorite color onto some white cardstock using my Honeybee Stamps Intense Black ink. And I just stamped that out in some white cardstock using the Look for the Rainbow sentiment set. So I love this set so much. It's so versatile. So many ways that you could use this. Sorry to hear you're under the weather. I hope this brightens your day. Love you so. I'm here for you, rain or shine. When it rains, look for the sending sunshine and rainbows. You brighten my day. Rainbow is my favorite color. Kisses and birthday wishes, and so on. So many different ones, tons of sentiments, and this is available in the Honeybee shop. It also has a coordinating die set sold separately, so you can actually die cut out absolutely every one of these phrases using this coordinating die set. So that's super cool. So I have gone ahead and stamped that out in black ink like I showed you, and I'm ready to die cut out these words. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and get my sentiment onto my card here, just using a little bit of foam adhesive. So I'm just going to use some smaller foam dots and just bump my sentiment up a little bit in that way. I'll also use a few of these foam strips, these foam adhesive strips here. Just going to cut few of them down into skinnier pieces, or shorter pieces I should say. And I'll go ahead and get this on there, and once I'm ready I will stick that down. Okay, so I have all of my adhesive on there now. Just gonna pop this down right about there. Some of my stars are gonna get covered up, but that's totally fine. And they'll just kind of like poke out around where I have my sentiment here. And then this guy is going to go right about here. And I'm just gonna check and make sure that I have that on there straight. Looks pretty good. Just gonna hold that up here and see. Yeah, that looks pretty straight. So now I'm going to just add a little bit of bling to finish off my card, and I'll be all finished. So I'm just going to add a few of these Aurora Borealis gems. And I love how these just kind of like pick up the color, so pretty. That's around them. Gorgeous. I'll add one other of these little small ones down here, maybe on one of these little dots. Actually could go on all of those dots. That looks kind of cool. Let's try that. Hopefully it doesn't look like it's too much, but I think that's kind of cute. So I'm just going to finish adding those gems. So I really love how that looks, that those gems just give the card a little bit of bling. I think this is just really super cute. There's room for a little sentiment in here as well. And I hope you enjoyed the inspiration here today. Make sure that you check out all of the different videos in the hop. Check the description box below the video for links to the next person in the hop and all of the other hoppers who are part of this YouTube hop. Make sure that you comment, like, and subscribe along the way, and there will be some gift cards involved in this hop, so make sure you watch for that. Friends, thanks so much for joining me today.